Hi children, successfully we completed 16th chapter, that is about water. Now we are going to start the new chapter, that is 17th chapter in biology, that is forest, right? So we all know very well about the forest. So forest is also a natural resource. Like water, forest is also a natural resource. So let us see about the forest, right? Actually, forest, water, all they are renewable resources, means we can get them back again. But bad luck, the human activity, due to human activity, due to negligence towards these resources, they become depleted, they become non-renewable. Very horrible situation it is. Renewable इसका मतलब ये है कि we can get them back again, but whereas non-renewable we can't get them back. For example, if you burn the petrol once, we are unable to get it back. But whereas even though if you are cutting trees, if you plant some trees, then automatically you are going to recharge or renew the forest. Let us see the story of forest and how it helps us, and not only for us, even all the birds, animals, creatures, many plants, bushes, everything is present in the forest. So let us see about the forest and its habitat, right? So here, actually what we call simple, in simple form, forest is the large area, right? What is that area? The land that is covered mainly with the trees and other plants, right? So mainly forest means it is jungle, right? It is covered with trees and plants, right? Here the group of trees or plants, the group of trees or plants is called as flora. We call it as flora. What we have to say? Flora. Flora is a group of plant, right? And as well as along with the plants, in forest we could able to see number of animals, number of animals. So the group of animals is called as fauna. Fauna. So here two terminology are there, two terms are there. Number one, flora. What is meant by flora? It is group of plants. And fauna, group of animals. So whatever the plants that are present in the forest, we can call them as flora, and whatever the animal group that is present in the forest, it is called as fauna. So here, what kind of trees and plants can we find? Various variety of plants, variety of trees are present, right? So let us see some common plants or trees that grow in our area, means in our India, right? That include sal, right? Sal, teak, right? Sal, teak, people, shisham, right? Neem plant, and a semal plant, bamboo plant, right? Kair, eucalyptus, the long tall trees, eucalyptus, and banyan trees, arjuna trees, right? Many varieties of shrubs, bushes, herbs, grasses, all they are present in the forest. All they are present in forest, means beginning from the creepers to the large banyan tree, large banyan tree. All these flora can be available in the forest ecosystem, nothing but in the forest. They are available in forest. Whereas the animals, different kinds of animals they are present, right? So what are those animals? They include, very easy to say, what are those? Simply monkey, boar, jackal, bison, elephants, tigers, lion, and deer, rabbit, apes, right? Porcupine, squirrels, peacock, toucans, frog, bat, owl, rat, snakes, butterflies, insects, spider, ants, honeybees, and variety of insects and small animals, butterflies, right? So many kinds of animals will be there, herbivorous, carnivorous, omnivorous, different kinds of animals they are present in the forest, right? So there is wide variety of flora and wide variety of fauna is present. And remember one thing, no one planted, no one planted any plant or any seed, no one sown any seed in the forest. Then how do they grow? Very simple. How do it happens? Actually, in the nature, the trees produce enough seeds. These seeds they fall on the forest floor, and Here forest soil is very rich in nutrients. It supports the growth of plant so that wide variety of plants can be seen in case of forests, right? So the small plantlets that are germinating from the seed, we call them as saplings. We call them as saplings, right? Or plantlets. Saplings are plantlets. They grow by taking these nutrients, right? And they become plants or trees. And depending upon this, flora fauna will survive, we know very well, right? So here actually the forest, what is the main what you call uh, sorry uh, what is the main use of forest? If you think that, definitely the main use is rainfall. We know that actually plant gives us food, plant gives us oxygen, plant gives us water, whatnot. So everything will be given by the plants, right? So that forest is very very important. Even it provides us food, it provides us food also, right? So here, along with this flora and fauna, we could able to see the third variety, that is what we call what we call decomposers. We call them as decomposers. Have you listened this word? Decomposers. D. D means remover, eliminator. Composers, so composition. So however the body of the animal or plant body is formed, that is composed by the chemicals and all elements, those elements and chemicals can be decomposed by the decomposers. Nothing but after death of plant and animal, it is going to degrade, it is going to decompose because of decomposers. And what are those decomposed? They include bacteria and fungi, mainly bacteria and fungi. These bacteria and fungi, they are called scavengers of the forest, or scavengers of earth. Not only forest, on the earth, wherever the dead bodies are present, those dead bodies can be cleaned up with the help of decomposers. So maximum they are microorganisms, decomposers, right? Like this, the forest area or forest is a big habitat. It provides home for many plants, flora, many animals, fauna, and many decomposers, right? So actually a forest acts as the purifier of the air and water. Do you believe how do it purifies the water? So what is forest? Forest is forest is purifier, purifier, purifier of air and water. How can you say that it purifies the air and water? Very simple. Whatever the dust that is raised, the dust or smoke that is raised, it will be taken up by the plant during the photosynthesis and respiration. And instead it is taking the bad polluted air, instead it is releasing oxygen, it is putting oxygen into the air. Very important. It is taking the bad things and as well as it is adding good thing to the air, so that it is a air purifier, natural air purifier. Unnecessarily we are using many machines. Instead of those machines, it is better to grow the plant nearby you. Then it purifies the air and it puts the oxygen in, right? And as well as it cleans up the water. How do it is possible? Very simple. Now with the help of roots, it take the water, groundwater. So whatever the water that is filled with the what you call, that is filled with dirt material or otherwise dust in it, the roots take up the water, the roots takes up the water, and now it's sent to the stem. Stem utilizes the water. The excess amount of water will evaporate in the form of transpiration, so it loses the extra water by transpiration. During transpiration it loses fresh water, right? So like this, the plant can able to purify the air and as well as water. So this transpiration is a part of water cycle, where the moisture is put into air, moisture is added to the air. So like this, the plant, it performs the activity of air purifier and water purifier. And now let us see the components of forest. So here Forest is an ecosystem. In every ecosystem there are two types of components, we know very well. In every ecosystem there are two types of components. Do you guess what are they? Two types of components. They include, actually we are learning about components of forest, right? Components of forest, right? So here forest is an ecosystem. Definitely an ecosystem contains two types of components. Those are include non-living components and living components. Non-living and living components. Here non-living components are called as abiotic components. We call it as abiotic. The name itself indicating abiotic. A means not, biotic means living, so non-living things, and living things are called as biotic components. So how many types of components are there? Two types of components, biotic component and abiotic component. Along with them there is third variety, that is decomposer. Third one is the decomposer, right? So let us see one by one what are these living and non-living components present in an ecosystem, that is forest ecosystem. Right, first let us see the non-living things, means abiotic components. So abiotic components of forest. Abiotic components of the forest, simply they include, abiotic means non-living things. What are the non-living things that we observe in forest? Very simple. Air, very good. Soil and water is there. Sunlight is there, right? And heat, nothing but temperature. These are the non-living things that are present in the forest ecosystem or forest habitat. Not only forest, maximum all ecosystems they contain non-living things like this, except water ecosystem, in that there is no soil actually. At the bottom there will be present, right? So these are living and these are abiotic components that are present in the forest. Here these non-living things, nothing but abiotic components, they are interconnected with the biotic components. So there is a relation between biotic and abiotic components. Definitely these abiotic components, they provide nutrients and whatever the necessary conditions that are required for the biotic components will be given by abiotic components, and biotic components they add whatever the missing nutrients or whatever the missing is there, it can be compensated with the help of biotic component. So definitely in an ecosystem they are interrelated, abiotic and biotic components. So these are the abiotic components, which include air, soil, water, light, heat, etc. Right? And next let us see the biotic components. Next one, biotic components. So here biotic components. What are biotic components? Means living things. What living things do you observe there? Simply we categorize them into three groups. Number one, plants. Number two, animals. And number three, decomposers. So here when you observe, plant is a producer, it produces the food. Animal is the consumer, it utilizes the food of plant. And decomposers, whenever these die, the decomposers they depend upon dead and decayed matter, right? So in the next session we are going to learn more about the biotic and abiotic components. So I hope you understood this introduction class. We'll learn more about the forest in the next class. Thank you.